Hello everybody, welcome to Plumbing 101. So this toilet, which is basically here since we've had the house for, well, nearly 10 years I think. 10 years I think this April. It sucks. There's no other way to put it. It's a standard off-the-shelf low-flow toilet. Nothing special about it. Problem is that, well, we have an old house with an old sewage line that's not in the best shape. And the two crappy low-flow toilets we have don't work very well. They're not moving product down the line, and as a consequence, we have had a lot of mainline backups. We've been trying to figure out what to do with it, so we bit the bullet and we're going to put in a better toilet. A much better toilet. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm tearing this apart. Now it turns out that down there, you see that shut-off valve, there's no hose off of it. I've already taken that off. That shut-off valve was broke and it wouldn't seal, so I have the water off in the house right now. In fact, you can see the sink is on right now and not flowing. So the house water's off because I had to replace that while I'm there. I'm going to put in a new brass nipple and a new valve. Let's see if I can get a good focus on that. Yeah. I'm going to put a new brass nipple shut-off valve and a scutcheon plate, and then I'll go show you what the new toilet looks like. Apparently I have to change camera batteries. Be right back. Okay, new toilet, yay! Just gonna focus real quick, and camera's gonna flip chickens, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. New toilet. Yippee! So this one is from American Standard. It's called the Cadet. For those of you curious, and I did get it actually off of Amazon. Here's the tank. Hey, look! That's not the standard inner guts of a toilet. That's got a pressure tank in it. Yep, and that is hopefully what's going to move all the bad stuff down the line so that we don't have to put up with quite so many clogs. We're going to try it in one bathroom. These are kind of pricey toilets. We're going to try it in one bathroom. We're going to try it in another once we're comfortable with it and frankly we get some more money because they are that kind of pricey. The other thing we're going to do is this. This is the toilet seal we're doing. Most toilet seals are wax. This, however, is a no wax seal. Let me get my camera here. It's a no wax seal. It is looks like a urethane rubber of some sort. We're going to try that. I've not been impressed with wax seals in this house whenever they get used. For not stopping the flow from whenever the main line backs up, it flows up from underneath the toilets. I know wax seals really aren't meant to stop flow coming back up. They're meant to stop it from leaking whenever you flush down, but one can hope. So let's see how this works. Alright, back underneath the toilet we have the, let me put my light here somewhere handy. I'll put it on this. Like this. Well, it's not going to do much over the towel there blocking it, but so the main line there disconnected, and I already had the bolts off, or the nuts off the flanges, off the flange bolts right there. So and we've already flushed it to get everything out of the tank. There's a little bit of water in the bowl. It's not really unavoidable. So let's pull it up and see what we got. Alright, well, toilet's off and the shutoff valve's out right there. So get that in focus. It's a short length of a pipe, or what they call a nipple, along with the valve, and that decorative ring is what you call a scutcheon plate. They have all new versions of that to go on, mainly just because I don't know how old the scutcheon plate's been painted over. It looks like crap. I don't know how long that nipple's been there. So I went ahead and just bought another one in case it was needed, to make sure it wouldn't break on me later for corrosion. And of course the valve, which my lens is taking off on me here, my zoom lens for my camera. So everything's in that bag. Let me dig it up and let's put it together. And here's our replacement parts. We've got a pipe nipple of whatever length is necessary. I don't even know what this one is. I just pulled it off the shelf. Probably too long. Maybe not that terribly long. New cutoff valve. This is the kind I like. Is a quarter turn instead of a multi-turn, which is what's on there. Quarter turn designate that it's a ball valve. I think they last a little bit longer, seal a little bit better over time when you need them. And then we got a tube of what is affectionately called pipe dope or pipe joint compound. You can also use Teflon tape, whatever you're more comfortable with. I typically like pipe dope. Goes together pretty simply. Take some pipe dope. We're going to put it on the metal threads on that pipe nipple right there. We're going to screw everything together, shove it into the threads back inside that wall, tighten it all down, make sure the valve's turned off, get our water for the house turned back on, because we're about to deal with that sort of a mess and we want to be able to wash our hands. It's kind of important. We're going to go ahead and change the valve while we're here. We could have just turned the water off to the house and changed the toilet and been done with it, but my philosophy, if you have a dead cutoff valve, might as well fix it, because when you need it, you won't have remembered to have fixed it before then. So, you know, you'll be screwed and you'd have to turn off the water to your house some cold night when a line starts leaking and you need to stop the leak and your valve didn't work. Not going to be pleasant. So, we're going to put this together. Hopefully this will last us another 10 years at least. And then we'll dig this old toilet out of the way. We'll scrape the wax and the old seal off of that right there, which is called the closet flange. And then we'll put a new seal on, put a new toilet on. So, let me put this pipe together. I don't have a tripod out, so I can't film myself while I'm doing this, so you guys are just going to have to see the steps. So, alright, be right back. Okay, so there's my assembly, which we'll put into there. Quick lesson on pipe dope. Alright, you're going to put it on your metal threads. You're going to smear it around. And then you're going to put it into the female side, tighten them up, and it helps seal everything. Now, it's a 1/2 inch nipple, pipe nipple, that's brass. Make it all decorative. And then it's a 1/2 inch to 3/8 compression, quarter turn shutoff valve, for those of you wondering. Angled shutoff valve. So, let's next thing is scutcheon plate. I'm going to put the decorative plate on that pipe before I put it into the wall, and we'll be right back. Okay, here's the old toilet removed. Lid's still in the house, but put it out here on my carport for the moment and figure out what to do with it. It'll probably make a garage sale at some point. You'd be surprised how many people buy used house parts, right? Got a dual flush kit in it, and because I was trying to see if I could save a little bit of water. I got a pool in my house, and you might have seen some of my other videos. And so I'm always looking for water saving, especially living on the edge of the desert. And it didn't work all that great. So the fact that there's not a dual flush on this new one, I'm not missing at all. But even if somebody just bought it to scavenge it, there, you know, some decent parts on there. But I bet you somebody buys it to use it. Okay, back to new toilet install. We gotta go scrape off the old wax gasket. Alright, I got bulk of the wax peeled up and the wax seal, and I have put them in a bag. There's a putty knife I use to scrape it all up with. So now comes another fun part. If you will notice, let me see if I can get that into focus. That is not the original ring. That's not the original ring part of what they call a closet flange. The original one broke. Why? Because this house was built in the 60s. And yeah, that little bit of cast iron just didn't last that long. And it broke off. So, last time I messed with the toilet, I put that one down. Called a closet flange repair ring. And I only put 2 screws in it because I'm on a slab foundation. And I didn't want to go through all the effort. Well, one of them's loose and everything kind of moved around. It probably contributed to all the leaking, yada yada yada. Well, it's got 4 more screw holes. So, I'm going to drill and I'm going to screw in with a hammer drill here, 5/32 bit and 3/16 by 1 1/4 long Tapcon concrete anchor screws. Hammer drill makes you go a little bit quicker through the concrete. And that is a masonry bit, which, if you can see just on the end of it, let me get it in focus, it's got a little bit of a chisel point. And the hammer drill actually lets that bit go back and forth, a little bit of forward and reverse motion on it as it turns. Sounds like a hammer. That's why it's called a hammer drill. So we're going to fill the other 4 holes with screws, screw that ring down to make it a little more secure so that the toilet won't wobble on you while you're sitting on it. And then we may, just by accident, get to install a new toilet. Okay, be back in a minute. Alright, well, the ring has been attached more permanently to the concrete with some anchors. We put the bolt into the proper slots in the flange. And we have our seal on there, BP&F seal. It helps hold the bolts for us. Now for the bowl, the tank, yada, yada, yada. Be right back. Okay, 1 toilet bowl. You look around the side, see the bolts. Let's get a good zoom in on that. So the bowl came with some white dress-up washers to help cover the excess hole size. Those go on first. They have a particular side, so it's this side up. Then a metal washer came with the bolt set. Bolt set came with the seal, by the way. And then the bolt, or excuse me, and the nut. And there's some dress-up covers for them, but I don't think they're going to work all that great because they're a little long in this instance, and I'm not going to cut them. So I'm just going to leave them like that. Next, for the bowl just fits right on there. It has bolts already mounted in it and 2 nuts with washer heads on them. Put it on there. It's got a rubber gasket already on there. Just put it down, tighten it, connect your hose, turn your water on, and we'll be right back. And now it's time for the moment of truth. Sort of, I put a little bit of water in there, but let's go ahead and finish cranking off the water supply. Now this is what's cool about, if you haven't messed with shutoff valves, 1/4 turn faucet, you just go and it's on. No turning and turning and turning. Alright, so the bowl is filling. Let's see, anything but toiletries in my way. I hear it. I don't hear any leaks. Looks like there's some carbon on some of the seals that have to get used. I hope it doesn't get any fuller than that. That's a pretty decent looking amount of water in a bowl. Looks like it's flushing some of the carbon loose. Let the thing fill up. It's like watching something boil, isn't it? Nice. Flushing some of the black out of that water slowly but surely as it runs. Huh. It's supposed to be 1.6 gallons per flush, but how long does it take to get 1.6 gallons? Of course, it won't ever go all the way empty, I don't imagine. I didn't fail to read a direction somewhere, I hope. Well, this is relatively boring for you to sit here and watch this fill, so I'll be back when it's full. Okay, moment of truth. It stopped running. First time up, it takes a little bit of time to put some pressure in there. I tried a little bit of a flush and it kind of did it, but now that it's fully charged to the tank to pressure, let's see what it does. Good Lord. It made me jerk my hand back and felt the vibration through the handle when the pressure went off. I like it. So hopefully I will have less clogs in my main line. We shall see. Now for the tank top and the toilet seat. Be right back. Alright, time for some tool cleanup. It is together. It is working. It is just slightly scary. No silent midnight bathroom trips. Oh well, if it keeps me from having more main sewage line backups, I'm all for it. Alright, thanks for watching everybody, and as always, I have no idea what I'm doing. Something in this video I told you is wrong. You don't know what it is, and neither do I. I'm not responsible for anything that goes wrong, should you try this. Thanks for watching.